Good morning, fifth graders. It is Wednesday, May 6th, and we are on our second day of your new packet. And let's take a look and see what we're doing today in reading. Now, you may want to have page 12 handy because we're going to refer to some of the words that are in there, and that may help you to determine when you're looking at these paragraphs that we're going to be reading. But this lesson is about comparing text structures, cause and effect, or compare and contrast. Okay, text structure just means the way that the author organizes the text that they're writing, okay? How that information is written and organized for you to read. All right, so one text structure is cause and effect, and we learned about that yesterday and some of the connecting words that have to do with cause and effect. All right here. As a result, because, consequently, due to, in order that, since. Okay, and its purpose is to just tell you the effects of something that's happened. All right, another text structure is compare and contrast. When we compare things, we are finding how they're similar or how they are alike. When we contrast things, we are looking for how things are different. And here are the key words for those. All right, so let's take a look at this first page, page 14. All right, learning target. When you compare and contrast how the information in text is structured, you will better understand the purpose of each text. All right. How is a house different from a skyscraper? They each have a different structure and purpose. Authors use different text structures for specific purposes too. The purpose of a cause-effect text structure is to tell about events and explain why they happen. Words and phrases like cause, effect, because, and as a result are sometimes used in a cause-effect structure. The purpose of a compare-contrast text structure is to describe how two or more things are similar or alike and different. A compare-contrast text structure will frequently use words like both, unlike, similarly, and in contrast to. And more of those words are up on page 12. All right, so comparing texts can help you see their structures and purposes. So we're going to read the passages. We're going to look for evidence of the structure and the purpose of each one. All right, so passage 1 says, octopuses and squids have ink sacs. When threatened, they defend themselves by shooting a thick cloud of dark ink into the water. You can see that in that illustration there. Because the ink is thick and dark, it hides octopuses and squids from their attackers. As a result, octopuses and squids have time to escape. Okay, passage 2. Octopuses and squids live in salt water. Both have blue blood, hard beaks, and 8 arms lined with suckers. Octopuses live in dens on the sea floor where they hunt for clams, lobsters, and crabs. In contrast, squids live in the open ocean and eat fish and shrimp. All right, so we're looking at the structure of these texts. So let's look down here. It says think. What have you learned about text structures? Use the chart below to help you compare and contrast the purposes and text structures of the passages. Include evidence of the structure of each passage. All right, so let's take a look at passage 1, the author's purpose. All right, so let's look back here. And this passage is about how they defend themselves when they are threatened. The whole thing is about that. And what they do with the inks, the thick cloud of dark ink, that they shoot in the water, and that enables them to escape. So down here, the purpose is to, okay, let's see if I can put this. Its purpose is to, the author's purpose is to inform the reader about how octopuses and squids defend themselves, defend or protect. Okay? And escape harm. All right? The structure, oh boy, I'm not going to be able to go back. The structure of that, hold on. All right, I'm going to have to, I hope you got this down, because I'm going to have to go back to show you how to determine the text structure. So I've got to erase this. It locks the page in place, so I have to take that off of here. All righty, let me see if I can move that now. Okay, so now we're looking for the structure, and we're looking for comparing text structures, cause and effect, or compare and contrast. Okay, so it looks like here that they're talking about cause and effect, okay? When the octopus feels threatened, it shoots this thick cloud of dark ink into the water. And as a result, octopuses and squids have time to escape. So that's cause and effect. And you can see one of the key words there, also, as a result. So the structure of this is cause and effect. All right? And then evidence from that is you can explain that it shoots water to hide themselves from attackers, and that gives them time to escape. Okay, so we're going to go here and put in, now once I do this I can't go back, so I've got to rely on my memory, but you of course can go back and forth and look at it. Okay, so we decided that the text structure, the way it's set up is cause and effect. Okay, what causes the octopus to shoot the ink sac? It's when they feel threatened, and the effect is that it hides them from their enemies so they can escape. Okay, that's cause and effect. Okay, and we talked about it here. Let's see if I can put another one. Evidence, we said that as a result of the cloud of ink, that's the cause, the effect is the octopuses and squid are able to escape. Okay? All right, I hope that helps you see, because I want you to do passage 2 down here on your own. But I want you to see, we talked here about the purpose. It was to tell you about how they defend themselves. The structure is cause and effect, and here's the evidence. All right? So let's get this off of here, and I will at least explain to you about what you're going to do. So passage 2 is right here. I'm going to reread it. Octopuses and squids live in salt water. Both have blue blood, hard beaks, and 8 arms lined with suckers. Octopuses live in dens on the seafloor where they hunt for clams, lobsters, and crabs. In contrast, squids live in the open ocean and eat fish and shrimp. So that in contrast should give you a hint. All right, what they're doing here is they're comparing and contrasting how the octopus and squid are the same and how they are different. So they're same with that they have blue blood, hard beaks, and 8 arms lined with suckers. They live in salt water. That's how they're the same. But this is how they're different. They live in, the octopus lives in dens on the seafloor, and what they eat, clams, lobsters, and crabs. In contrast, squids don't live in dens on the seafloor. They live in the open ocean, and they eat fish and shrimp. Okay, so this one, the purpose is to tell you what they look like and where they live. Okay, and how it's the same. I mean, how they are the same and how they're different. But the author's purpose, I would say, would be to compare how they look, the octopuses and squids, and where they live. That's the purpose. Text structure we just talked about. That is a compare and contrast. And then the evidence from the text, you could do anything. You could talk about where octopus live, where squids live, and how that's different. You could talk about how they both live in salt water and both have these features. So include some of that as evidence of the structure. All right? All right. Okay, this just says if you have a partner, so if you have a sibling or you have a parent, you want to talk to them about that, you can. Just a refresher on this academic language, text structure, we just talked about it. Compare and contrast text structure. Text just means the written piece that you read, like passage or paragraph is text. Cause and effect text structure. All right? All right, that is it for today. Good luck, and we will see you tomorrow.